There are several different justifications that military experts have used for using lethal autonomous weapons in war. However, Professor Toby Walsh, an expert in artificial intelligence, argues that these justifications are not good enough to allow autonomous weapons to be used. One argument for autonomous weapons is that machines will be more ethical at killing, because they can be programmed to follow a specific set of rules for engagement and only engage with combatants rather than with civilians. The deaths they cause will be more justified than that of a human soldier. Professor Walsh's counterargument is that the technology to allow a machine to behave ethically or to determine the difference between a combatant and a civilian does not exist and may not exist for several decades. He also argues that there is always the danger that these machines can be hacked and made to behave however the hacker wishes them to. Another argument made in defense of autonomous weapons is that they can take the place of human soldiers on both sides of a conflict, creating a war that is simply between machines. Professor Walsh believes this is naive and argues that battles are not fought in specific arenas, but in places where people live. One more argument made by military experts is that weapon bans simply don't work, and that autonomous weapons will be used regardless of if they are allowed or not. Professor Walsh cites several examples of weapons, such as blinding lasers and anti-personnel mines, which have been successfully banned and are not used in combat. He also acknowledges that, regardless of a ban, the technology will continue to exist, but argues that bans create enough stigma to prevent arms companies from selling offensive autonomous weapons. So, what do you think? Should autonomous weapons be allowed in war?